this is the page that you're going to arrive on. As always, I'm going to put the link to the certification page right in the top right corner of this video. And I just want to point a few things out before I log in here. Most importantly, and what I find to be very helpful, I wish this was always the case, is over here we have a resource section, and we actually have certification instructions, and we have a video that we can watch to show us how to go through the certification. That is a very great complement to what I'm putting together for you here. We're going to go ahead and log in, and this will be where you land once you log in to the AETNA certification page. As you can see, flows almost identical to the AHIP. We have the certification progress tracker down here at the bottom of the page. We have the convenient link to get us to the course. So I can either click here to get into the course, or I'm going to show you at the top. If we click AETNA, that will also always bring us back to this page. So I'm going to scroll down and go ahead and click this link to start the course. And then again, just like the AHIP, I'm going to track through each of these links, making sure that I get the check mark all the way through. If you don't, when you go to do this first link here with AETNA, it's going to take you back to the AHIP site and have you transmit that. That is a very standard practice in what we do, but for some of you that are new, that might be a little bit different. Don't panic. Just take your time. Try to carefully read the directions that pop up on your screen. If you get an error, just try refreshing. Sometimes when you do that transmit, it says that it didn't transmit when it actually did. Just take your time, do a refresh. Worst case scenario, log out of the site, log back in and see if you have a green check mark here, which is the indicator that you can move past that first requirement, and maybe that'll help you out with that. So take your time, be patient. If need be, just refresh or log out, log back in. One thing that I noticed this year, it's very, very similar to last year. You have a few sections. So you have the 2026 core Medicare requirements, after which you have a very short assessment. It's a 10-question test. You do have to get a 90%, which does mean that you can only miss one question. However, the questions are very, very similar to exactly what is given to you as practice questions in the content module. AETNA gives you 3 attempts to pass. You can see that right here. As we say in all of these little videos, if you get to 2 attempts, please reach out. If you fail this 3 times, there's very little, if anything, we can do at TLC to get you established with that care. It's really important that you pay attention to those attempts. We're going to do the AHIP transfer. We're going to go through the training on the individual Medicare core requirements. We're going to take a 10-question test here on that content. Pay close attention, as I said, to the practice questions in the content. If you get all those right, you should do great on the 10-question test. After that, you have some attestations to complete. And then you're going to go ahead and do a PDP training and an MAPD and dual special needs plan training. And each of those sections is also going to have a 10-question mastery test. Same deal, 3 attempts. You have to get a 90%. They almost mirror identically the practice questions in the content areas. So the AETNA certification this year is a total of 30 questions. It shouldn't take you very long time to complete it. But one thing I'm going to point out is, unlike the AHIP, and I'm actually going to show you this because it was a little bit surprising. And if I missed this and one of you find it, let me know. But when I was in the training here, oops, let me click back in. When I was in the training, I could not find a way to download the content. So my AHIP video, I showed you how to download these slides. I was unable to find a way to do that. I tried clicking here in resources. It allowed me to download some pieces, right? There's a couple pieces that are linked here, but these are true resources. I could not find anywhere. As you know, in AHIP, in this top left corner, we have the ability to download the slide content. I could not figure out how to do that this year on the AETNA certification. So it is one that you're going to want to take your time and pay attention to. As you walk through it, You're going to use navigational arrows. It does not lock you in to a certain amount of time per slide. And they do have over here, if you click this, a very, very nice table of contents that you can go to specific topics about. Here's these knowledge check questions. And this is what I'm talking about, right? We have 10 knowledge check questions preparing us for a 10 question test, which is very, very similar in all the verbiage and all the content to these practice questions. So my big takeaway this year, it was a very good training. I loved the format. They allowed me to self-navigate, very informative, very efficient, and then just taking your time to go through those knowledge check questions before you take your 3 10-question tests. When you're all finished, you should be able to click on your transcript at the top, and you should be able to, as always, the details of your training, which is really great. And from there, you can go back to your dashboard, and you can click on the bottom here and see that you have that 100% circle bubbled in. That's what we're after. We want to get that 100% circle. And AETNA this year did send me emails stating that I did successfully complete my 2026 certification. I wish you well on your work on this. If you need us, don't hesitate to reach out.